Thank you for staying on the program. It's still Midweek Connect. Yes, we are continuing our discussions on security challenges in Edo State. Today we are looking at progress made so far, challenges and possible way forward. Our guest is already here, is a crime correspondent. He has been a crime correspondent in Edo State for over 10 years, and he holds a master's degree in criminology, Mr. Festus Alenkhe. Thank you for coming again.
Thank you very much.
All right. Just to let you know that you can be a part of this program. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. Join us. You can join us then if probably you have a situation with power. Before we continue discussions, we'll take this background up from Adugbeji Ujeba.
After days of killings that led to the death of some persons in Edo State as a result of cult-related and armed robbery incidents in the state, the arrival of a detachment of the army and the police, the violence seemed to have simmered down owing to the arrival of these security personnel. There has been no reported cases of killings in the last 24 hours, although cases of armed robbery have continued with residents and traders rushing to get home before 6 p.m. The upsurge in the crime was first noticed since the hashtag #EndSARS protests that led to the release of no fewer than 2,000 prisoners from 2 correctional centers, burning of at least 7 police stations, and the looting of their armories by hoodlums. The ever-busy nightlife in Benin City has since ground to a halt as incidents of armed robbery, kidnapping have escalated, forcing residents to remain indoors. For fear of being attacked or killed, the army, to boost public confidence, has released some security numbers: 0807 983 1567, 0807 9839 190. This week's episode of Midweek Connect will be focusing on profiling solutions and successes recorded so far.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Adugbeji, for that background. Mr. Festus, you have been following the trend.
Yes.
What is the situation today? Any changes? I mean, it's just about a week, exactly a week we discussed this issue last week Wednesday. What's the situation today?
Well, so much has changed, and last week we were here. There was this alarm that suspected bandits are taking over the city, and we were quite aware of what transpired. And the moment after that, like I keep saying, the governor of Edo State is the chief security officer of the state by way of constitution. And now, I also got to know that he cut off his journey. He cut off his journey at a point because he was out of the country where all this issue started. So he returned and immediately called the Inspector General of Police, who came to Benin. And it's like that wasn't working at a point because the policemen still didn't return back to the streets after that time with all the promises and all of that. So I also got to know that he has to now embark on another journey by talking with the military authority in Abuja, and that eventually paid off by having one of our sons, an indigenous of Edo State, Major General Modele, who actually came to Benin State, the GOC as we speak right now, and then he called in all his men. As we speak today, you have the military already in Benin, you have the police, you have the DSS, you have the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and other paramilitary organizations. They all came in with their men and materials. First was to map out the strategy, and then the military commander said, if we're going to map out strategy, we need to let the governor know that we're already in Benin. And some of us saw that where he rolled out their strategies and every other thing, that this is what they're going to adopt. But even at that, they said they were going to be civil. And we have actually seen that now, not like what we see the military doing in some other parts of the country. But for those who are in the Edo State, they are very civil and they are going about their legitimate duties. But as we speak today, the area seems to be very calm, especially Upper Sakuba. The first thing I investigated, which they did, was to do what we call mapping. They combed the entire Upper Sakuba. As I speak now, most of them are on the run. And a lot were arrested. Just a day operation, over 29 suspected persons were arrested in Upper Sakuba houses of Edo State. So to me, at this point, I think we are gradually getting it right.
Oh, no. Okay. Can you spell out some of other areas, possible areas that the task force has also made their listen known?
Yes, actually, aside Upper Sagba area, we also had this situation that came in from a very disturbing one from Uselu in Benin at about around 5 junction down to Edaiken Primary School Road towards the Edaiken Market. A few days ago, we also got to know that some bandits came up, robbed some POS shops, point of pay shops, and then they moved further and also go to kill some few persons. So as we speak now too, the military have since moved into that area. They have been pursued, some of them have been arrested. And then another information came to say, what about the express roads? Because we see Benin as 2 ways. One, you can describe Benin as gateway states. You can also define Benin as getaway city. These are 2 things. Gateway city, getaway city. Getaway means they strike here and zoom off. You can go through Lagos Road, you can go through Aochi Road, you can go through Agbo Road, you can go through Benin Adaka Road, you get away. Then it's also a gateway state for those who are transiting from all parts of the country. You can stop here and move to any direction of your choice from Benin. From Key Square, you can access all parts of this country. So the people are now came up to say, what about those express roads where people travel? Because as we speak now, people cannot even afford money for flights. So you see how some indigent persons that still want to travel by road. And then how do you now protect them? So they also map a strategy. I did my research. I discovered that Benin Aochi Road as of today have been combed. The military with the task force, they moved into the bush, they moved into the forest, they even rescued some kidnapped persons that the victims were not calling their family to bring ransom. So the kidnappers were now waiting for ransom to come. They were rescued for free. They didn't even know they were going to rescue some of those persons, but the strategy is, let's comb the bush, we'll comb the right, we'll comb everywhere, and push these bandits out of the state. And while they were doing that, some persons that were already tied down, waiting for ransom, were rescued. And that's a very laudable one. And then they moved into, because even on Benin Aochi Road, all of us know areas that are very volatile. Between Eho and Iwekme is an area that we dread when you are traveling. And then between Igeduma and the other side down towards Benin side, these are areas. Then when you now go up elite, between Okpila and Okene is dangerous. So people know some of these areas that are very dangerous when you are traveling. And then the military also got to know the joint task force. They are very much aware. A lot of persons have been attacked. Some have even been killed. Some have been raped. So many things have happened there. But as we speak now, they have combed those areas. And then we were watching on television. It's an open thing where the Major General said the strategy they were going to adopt is they will do patrol and then they will do nipping point. Nipping point is they will move around and stay. You move around and stay. And they said it openly, so it's not hidden. Everybody saw it. And that's a very good strategy. And to me, it's working. And then we'll give it to the governor.
Yes, I'm happy. We are beginning to have some semblance of sanity in Edo State now, you know. But in your opening remarks, you talked about the fact that the IG came and it seemed like it still was not happening. Now we are bringing in the military. Why do we have to use the military all of the time?
You know the reason why that or the military works now? Because the people, the organization that was on target that led to where we are as at that time was the police. But now something happened just a few days ago. Anytime the police arrest, the next thing you want to hear, they don't come again. Oh, it's happening. It's happening as we speak. Any arrest now, maybe they are arresting suspects who have committed crime. We all saw that the suspect committed serious crime, and police are arrested to hang out. The next thing you want to hear, they don't come again. Are you not saying they should not do their work?
Yeah, exactly. Because
there's serious, as we speak now, there's serious resentment as far as policing is concerned. But they have done that now to say we don't care. There is nowhere in the world you can allow criminals to operate freely. And then why do you have police?
Now, you see, why I'm so concerned is this. Like you said, okay, there is still that police, you don't start again.
Yes.
Okay. Now, shouldn't we be addressing that now? You know, since there is some form of calm now, you know, because we can't have the military on the streets forever.
The only way they can address that now is for the police to do the right thing.
And what is that right?
The right thing is they will arrest you, and then they do the right thing by ensuring that they don't collect anything from you, and then if you have committed any offense, they make you go in for it. And it's already happening as I speak now. The police are now saying, if you know your documents are not complete, don't drive. Because in the past, we know what happens. Even if you don't, some people in this country can drive from here to anywhere without single driver license, without anything. What they do is just to change small money, and then they continue their journey. But police now say, no, keep your money. Can we see your documents? So I'm not talking about the police, but that is the reality now. If you go to Upper Mission now, you see some policemen, they're already out after the river. If you go to Benin Abaka Road, some areas now, they're already out. It's an eye opener. You see it yourself. They will tell you, Oga Park, can we see your vehicle particulars? Then, if you don't have, why will you not have? But in the past, it's just like Johnny Goodfellow, guy, if our father, then you come. But the police are saying, we too want to do the right thing. So if you, the owner of the vehicle, do the right thing, and then the police arresting you also do the right thing, the society will move forward. So it takes two to tango. You do your own, I do my own, and that's where we are. So if you have no papers, the police will take you to the police station, they will detain the vehicle and wait for you to come and complete your papers.
Okay.
I just want to ask, are police officers members of the Joint Task Force?
Of course, yes. I just said so at the opening of the program. I said you have the military made up of both the Army and the Air Force, because we don't have Navy in Edo. We only have the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Air Force joined together. But when you see the Air Force and the Army, you just say it's Army because they wear almost the same common flag. Do you understand? Then you also have the DSS, you have the police, you have the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. They move in there's what we call convoy patrol. You have about 10 vehicles on the patrol. They move around all parts of Benin in a very quiet tune. Sometimes they blare their siren and all others. But what they do is they don't share themselves. You can see some in Upper Sangba, you can see some at Suselu, some at Airport Road, some on the Benin Lagos Road, then Benin Auchi Road, and then you have them like that. So they don't move a little and stop. You move a little and stop. So for now, I think the people can now sleep with their two eyes closed.
All right.
But not fully.
Not fully.
Yes.
Talking of the operations of the Joint Task Force, let's seal this film on their operations.
Do you live in Aduwawa and its environment? Or you need a conducive and open field in Aduwawa for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, annual ceremonies, family or corporate events in a serene and conducive environment that is close to nature? Then look no further. NTA Benin Aduwawa is the place for you. NTA Benin Aduwawa has a large field for all your other events and ceremonies. Also, at NTA Corporate Headquarters, TV Road, we have a state-of-the-art, fully air-conditioned, ultra-modern hall for all kinds of indoor events with a standby generating set to ensure constant power supply. We also have the NTA Pavilion for all your outdoors events at the same venue. Guess what? Our prices are affordable. Locations are easily accessible. Venues conducive and highly secure. Our outside broadcast van is available 24 hours and can broadcast your event live. And above all, you can air your event on our award-winning programs like Events and Style. Wow, what are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity and have your celebration in a grand style. For inquiries and bookings, please call NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
Coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, is a disease that affects respiratory. Coronavirus include but mainly older pre-existing conditions. The virus is transmitted through direct contact with respiratory droplets from an infected person and by touching surfaces that are. People should maintain at least 3 feet of distance between themselves and people, especially those who are coughing, sneezing or have a fever. To prevent the coronavirus infection, wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds using soap and running water or alcohol-based hand rub, sanitizer or gel. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. You can also cough or sneeze into your flexible or use a tissue then throw it in the bin immediately. Avoid crowded areas. Anyone who shows symptoms of the disease should visit the hospital immediately. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority Benin Network Center.
The operatives led to the arrest of suspected kidnappers terrorizing the state. The suspected kidnappers, comprising 7 males, were arrested around Ogbomudia oil palm plantation barely 24 hours after the task force swung into action. The operations in the riverine communities and other hotspots, according to the task force, is intended to disrupt all kidnapping activities along the axis and secure the Benin-Auchi Expressway. They further disclosed that several escaped prisoners and criminal gang leaders have been arrested. The task force, for security reasons, spoke off camera.
Satana Market, yes, they are calling from Satana Market. They say they run for there.
After hoodlums hijacked the End SARS protests, Benin City witnessed a spike in criminal activities in areas like Upper Sakbomba, evidence in Bo and Siloko.
Yeah, that's the theme on the operations of the Joint Task Force. Like you rightly mentioned, from that report, the combed areas around the Samuel Ogbomudia farm along Benin-Auchi Road.
Yes. So we, aside Benin-Auchi Road, we also want to see the combing of Benin-Lagos Road. Because there are 2, and this is the reality. Benin-Auchi Road, from our investigation, you have some of these attackers, some of those kidnappers. They are not indigenes. They are not from Edo State, but I don't want to call it where they are from, but they are not from Edo State. And we all know some of these persons who attack on that route. It's nothing to hide about. But now, from the other side of Lagos Road, the same thing. From our investigation, all those persons who have been arrested so far, none is from a district. But the ones operating on Benin-Lagos Road, they use the riverine area. And we know who those ones are. I don't want to call any name. So sometimes when they strike, they take you through the river. And then you start negotiating from there. So, but as we speak now, the information we gathered on Benin-Lagos Road is that the area right now is being combed. And the people can travel freely, and the police are already at alert. So, to me on this program today is just for us to smile, because not what we had last week, not what we had 2 weeks ago or over 3 weeks ago. So for now, I'm of the opinion that Edo State people should cooperate very well with the Joint Security Task Force, and they should just try as much as possible to give genuine information, because some numbers have already been displayed. They are saying, because they cannot walk alone without information. So when the people see areas where some of these kind of things are about to start, we know. Then they can call. So when they call, of course, their help will come their way. So those numbers that have been displayed, which I saw not quite long ago, that's purely the military operational number. So if you call those numbers, the military men will pick it up and then they will respond instantly. But we would like to advise the people that do not call over trivial matters, because we have had cases where husband and wife are quarreling, the next thing you want them to come. You know, so call only when you are very sure that you are in distress. And then don't wait for you to be in distress for you to call. It's a very little security advice. Now, they are attacking 3 houses away from yours. It is your responsibility to call. The reason is, if they succeed there and you don't call, they'll come.
Okay. Now, you just said something that struck me. When it is about to start, you know, the military, the Joint Task Force would not know.
Yes.
Now, when it is about to start, and you know, last week we talked about being reactionary. For me, I think more of the security situation in Edo State is a reactionary thing.
Yes.
Now, because last week you said something about Lema.
Yes.
People they call Lema.
Yes.
Now,
I'll come to that now. Between last week and now, they have arrested some men.
Okay.
And between last Wednesday that I was in this studio, and now, among those that have been arrested now, they were picked up in different armed robbery scenes, and from investigation they said there are no homes. They sleep King Square, some sleep even right around the Iaro by Waterboard. Now let me give you one short example now that will shock everybody. There's a viral video that have gone everywhere, which has to do with a young boy of about 21 years that held police AK-47 and was parading the street. Did you see that video? He was parading the street. He got that AK-47 from Oba Market Police Station on the 19th of October. And the boy, as I speak, was arrested 3 days ago. I interviewed him one-on-one, and he told me that he sleeps inside the Rokmota Hall. He has no home. Guess what? When they attacked Oba Market Police Station, he was the first to get there, and he took AK-47. He brandished it. Everybody saw it. The video has gone viral. You find it on YouTube. He was even cracking. The one the police will say is cocking.
Cocking the gun, yeah.
Do you understand? And then guess what happened thereafter? He joined with other 4 gang members. This is an open thing. It's not that I'm just saying it. It happened. They snatched an Audi 80 car, mobilized themselves, and went to a petrol station. Today is Wednesday now. This thing happened on Sunday. They went to a petrol station by St. Maragoroti Junction. And they started robbing. So while they were there, vigilante members in Upper Sagba joined with other transport team. There was an attack. Out of 4, 2 were killed on the spot, 1 escaped, and this suspect was arrested. When they now profiled him, they now discovered that he was the one that was brandishing a AK-47. Do you understand? So I now ask him, what's happened to the AK-47? Because during the arrest, the AK-47 was no longer there. You don't have those short gun, double barrel gun. What happened to the AK-47 we saw you with on the screen? Guess what he said? He said he has sold it to Hessman. And how much? He said 180,000. Okay, now, do you know the havoc one AK-47 can do? Mm-hmm. Now, that gun now has eventually found itself an authorized person who will thereafter use it to launch an attack on the people. And we now ask further, where are your parents? He said the father is abroad, and then the mom is in Delta, and he is from Akwa Ibom. Which means,
so how did he get you?
Which means he just came and decided to be living in Benin. No educational background, no job, nothing, no skill, nothing. But he lives in this town. He will wake up in Ring Road and join to do this bus conductor and return back, and at about 10-11 he will sleep there and like that. And now he has joined a very terrible gang. Who are we to blame? So when I talk about Lema, this is what is happening today. Okay, today is Wednesday again. Tuesday, I think today is 25th if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 25th. Tuesday 24th at about 10 p.m. a 14-year-old boy was arrested in this Benin by Biwe Junction. These are realities confirmed. 14-year-old boy was arrested with cutter, with chisel and hammer. He was busting into shops. Vigilante arrested him. Okay, now where will you now charge that boy to? You can't take him to normal court, but you can only take him to juvenile court, and thereafter to welfare. But we have even discovered that welfare does not even reform. I reported a case in this Benin where about 9, 10, 11 years old boys broke welfare and escaped through the ceiling. what we are saying now is a situation where, first and foremost, we will appeal. I don't know who to appeal to now, but I want to make a public appeal that they should go and check the King Square, very close to Rukbota Hall. I repeated it several times, and I'm repeating it again. They should go and check Rukbota Hall, go to Yaro by Waterboard, go to Teddy Circular by Mobi. You will see young boys and girls sleeping there. What are they doing? Let me pause there.
Okay. Yes, it's a good thing. I'm happy, at least you said they braided some of those places where you have Lima.
Yes.
There, you know. Let's talk about the curfew. From 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
I think before we continue now, we really have to open the phone lines.
Okay, yes, yes.
Remember that you can call in and make your contributions and suggestions. The numbers will be on the screen shortly: 081-4969-3115 and 081-1295-1755. You can call in, make your suggestions, make your contributions to the program.
Okay, so you know, the curfew, you said by Diwe, the young boy of 14 was arrested about 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Sorry.
Yes.
Now, how effective is this?
No, at the point the curfew wasn't effective at all. When the announcement just came, because those who were supposed to enforce the curfew were not on the road, but some persons, some law-abiding citizens on their own, just decided to stay at home because they said there is curfew and stay at home until the governor now reenacted it. When the GOC came to say the curfew in Edo State is still in place from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it's just now that the enforcement is up. But we still believe that they will continue to enforce it thoroughly, because I was wondering what that boy will be doing at about 11 p.m. that he was caught last night. So we appeal once again to the Joint Task Force. They should try as much as possible to totally enforce this curfew that has been declared by the state government. I'm even aware too that outskirts of Benin, they don't even respect the curfew anymore. So they should do patrol around all those areas and ensure that the curfew is enforced.
Now, this curfew, is the curfew for Edo State or for Benin City?
It's Edo State, because I didn't hear government saying Ole Benin. Do you understand? I didn't hear government saying Ole Benin, because if you say Ole Benin, the guys can move away from Benin and go and launch the name outside Benin. Is still part of Edo State. So, to my understanding of what I read, that the statement that came from government said Edo State government has declared a curfew, and therefore, to me, is for Edo State.
Now, if you look at the age bracket of these suspected criminals you have mentioned, between 14, 22, 23 or so, yes, is that not a cause for alarm?
I've been saying that the societal failure brought us to where we are. Children are in school now, and I used to know that there was a task force. That's why I want to appeal. I still don't know who to make this appeal to. As we speak now, you have children on the streets.
Sorry, I think we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please, let's meet your name and where you're calling from.
I am McDonald, UK Polo.
Okay.
And I'm taking from Mutaba.
Okay.
Go ahead, McDonald.
I want to thank Festus Alenkhe. He's really giving us doing those states in general. If not him, we would have not been able to know what is happening in the city and around the city. I thank him, and I want everybody, because I listen to the Petronians that say, what is the government doing? Why are the soldiers on the street? They are on the street because of security. The police cannot come in now because of fear of being attacked. And for them to come in, for the soldier and other paramilitary to come in, we have to thank the state governor for that. So may God wish you a very good term in office.
Thank you. Thank you. So you were saying.
Yes, I think that call got us off.
Yes.
Said maybe you bring it. Okay. Yes, somebody has to do it, and it's just what is happening. So long as I don't carry any wrong information, you understand. But I know a section of the society will not also be very happy, but it's just like 1%.
So we're talking about the children and society about.
Yes, I was talking about. Yes, thank you very much. I was talking about societal failure. You know, I talked about it last time. A situation where you have child or children when you were in the secondary school, and this time just you have now married formally. Either the man or the woman will say, "I don't want any child in this house." We have had cases like that. The man will say, "Oh, you already have a daughter or a son. Please, this is our home. It's not for your child." And then the woman wants to say, "Okay, what will I do?" Now, nobody to take care of that daughter or that son. They found themselves in the streets. We have cases like that. And then we have also had a situation where some are even naturally stubborn. Some of the and then before you know it, they become total criminals.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Ohoro.
Your name, please.
Okay, my name is Mr. Michael.
Michael, go ahead. Please turn down the volume of your TV set, please.
I really want to appreciate what the government is doing about the security and travel. Can you hear me?
You can go ahead. But
Okay.
Michael, please turn down the volume of your TV set, please.
Okay.
I hear you very well. Yes.
I want to ask the question. What are the government doing about all these places they are closed in the night? You know, those are the places inside all these doors we are talking about. So what are they doing to eliminate all those places they have clubs and night parties?
But that's why we have the curfew now. Because with the curfew taking effect from 10 p.m., then no club will operate in Benin or in Edo State as a whole. And no night party in any part of Edo State with the directive of the state government. So, my friend, that has been taken care of.
Okay. So, you were talking about that because I think that is a very major problem that we have.
Yes, societal failure. So, a situation where you have those children, we have even had cases where a 9-year-old boy was picked somewhere and then they needed to enter a house because the boy is very little. So what they did was to boil and make the boy enter the house and go and open the main door for them. It happened.
Yes. Now, so the way of moving forward, how do you think this societal problem can be solved? Because I know
there's a law. There's a law in this state that UBE law, Universal Basic Education, is there that says that every parent must take their children to school.
But is it just about
that if you that you allow your children to go and be hawking during school hour, the parents is supposed to be arrested.
But we still see children.
But that's why I said both societal and governmental failure, a lot of failure everywhere. Because if you go to here now, if you go to Apapapa now, you see children running after you. They are supposed to be in school.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please state your name and where are you calling from? We can hear you.
I'm calling from New Benin, Adekbolo.
Okay.
I want to thank the government for the security they bring for Edo State because that's how we road. We look at every day we used to pass that road. And my eye has seen many things for that road. So, And there are some things about that New Benin. That New Benin also is still hot very well. So security needs to help people there.
All right. Thank you.
Especially at this moment.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, it's still about this young ones. Like Agatha was talking about, said, oh, you see a lot of these people on Mission Road, at Bouncing, Ring Road. A lot of them are not from the state. Why? When you say people like that shouldn't come now, wouldn't that be going against the constitution of the country?
Yeah, no, there was a state that did it in this country, and they were not deporting all those people back to their state. People were, there was serious alarm to say you have no right to deport anybody back to any state because one Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
But the only thing I would advise is the state government should come up with a team, like a kind of technical team, and by way there's what called persuasion. You don't need to force them. Then you persuade the parents of these children and create school for them. You know, they have a Amajari school over there, but we don't have that here. We have a normal school system here. But even when our own indigenes are in school, but these non-indigenous children are not in school. So government should come up with a format, set up a kind of technical team to go around all those places and encourage the family or the parents, because their parents are here. You see their parents hanging on the side of the road while the children go to do the hawking and do the washing of windscreen and all the stuff on the road. So my advice on this program is the government should come up, put up a technical team and take these children off the streets. Between the hours of 8 a.m. to 1 or 2 p.m. they should be in school. And guess what? Even within the premises where they do this hawkings and all of that stuff, there's a school, there are primary schools in the area.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Okay, your name, please.
Your name. My name is Zabobo.
Zabobo, go ahead.
I beg you, ask me the hospital well. Because I'm going to get to one of my brother's house this morning. Around 2 a.m. Number 24, I asked my after late the God died, we know the season for 9. We were just around 7 o'clock. From 10 now, we know the season again. They asked me the house now, say, make it come back then. Okay. They dropped the money everything.
But I get the number to call the people.
I'm going to tell you, no, but they are not here.
Do that. Okay.
The advice we need to give is we would like to advise media houses to give advice into these joint security operation numbers. Aside the joint security operational numbers, you still have the police original control room numbers. We can still take and help in checking some of these activities of hoodlums. So the advice now is people should ensure that they have the phone numbers of these military operational men in their phone.
Yeah. Now, as a way, because I think we're running close to time.
Just before we do look at the way forward, let's see what the people are saying about the operations of the Joint Security Task Force.
The government will need to do more in the area of security, please, to secure the lives of the common citizens. Because these things are affecting the citizen, ordinary man on the streets. Before you know it, people will start running, just no rest of mind, at least trying to get home on time.
The youth who are not living accordingly, not the youth who now are so radical, going up and down, doing all such a kind thing of about 3 weeks ago that elapsed. If not what they have done, Edo State is moving, more especially in the hand of our existing governor.
So Nigeria, the government, our government, they are not still trying. They are not trying security. So they have to buckle up to fight security, because we are sleeping now. We close one eye to sleep because the things is not working well. security every day. You see fighting here, thieves, slashing of cars, burglary, breaking and entries in everywhere because there's no security.
All the same, it's not all that good. At least as I am now, I dress fine. I don't want any embarrassment from anybody. Seeing people harassing people's source, it's not good.
I feel bad about this situation, the way it is now. It's not very good at all. So I will beg the government to bring security back to us, please.
That's people there on the way forward. Like one of our callers requested, I'll just call out the numbers of the Joint Security Task Force now. 08079831567. I'll take that again. 08079831567. We also have another number, 08079839190. 08079839190. I'll endeavor to get that scrolling on the screen so people can always have the number to call.
Then I can also just add to that for those that want to get to police control room, in case you are calling those joint task force lines and they are not going or is engaged, because those lines are always engaged. Yes, people are calling. So you can also quickly call the police control room, and then the police can do what we call radio message. So when they do that radio message, all the patrol vehicles will be hearing. So anyone that is closer to where your situation is, they'll immediately come and attend to it. So I'll quickly just give that app now. 080 77 3721. I take it again. 080 77 3721 or 080 37 64 6272, and lastly 080 37 64 6272. So these are a police control room number. So you already have the military numbers, and now you have the police number. So we are all good to go. So all our people can come for the Christmas and New Year, no cause for alarm.
Alright, that's just very much around the corner.
Yes. Well, I think we should be rounding off, and you know, we've really talked last week and this week, and some of our callers have called to praise you that you've been doing very well. So how do you feel now?
Well, I feel happy, but I still feel that some persons too who are watching now will be insulting us to say, wait till they do, but again, it's just 1%. These are the criminal-minded ones.
Alright, just before we go, away from how you feel about your callers calling to praise you, your closing remarks on this issue.
Well, my closing remark is that the next few days, today is 25th, we'll be saying Happy Christmas. So we advise all our Edo people all over the world to come in. We just had trying times and it has been taken care of. So because I got to know that some of them were scared to say, can they come? But for now, I'm very confident that they can come. Everywhere is calm and Edo is peaceful. So I thank everybody, all the stakeholders. We say thank you all.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Alenkhe, for your time again.
Thank you.
On that note, to conclude the program for today, thank you for always being there. Do stay safe.
Please join us again 9 a.m. next week, Wednesday, for a very fresh episode of the program Midweek Connect. My name is Ufuma Isegena. And don't forget, stay safe. COVID-19 protocols, observe them, please. Thank you.